Chitra Stern, hi. Nice to meet you.
Nice to
Fine.
meet you.
It will be a challenge for me to do this interview in English.
No problem. Please continue in Portuguese. I can definitely
But
understand.
I will do it in
I'm
English.
Sure. Most
I'll-
Portuguese people speak better English than I can speak Portuguese. So
Okay, we will be fine in the next minutes. So it's easier for a foreigner to see the qualities of a country.
I think it's always easier when you come from outside to see the qualities of a country because the same would apply for people coming from outside Singapore or looking at Singapore or coming outside of Britain and seeing Britain because I'm a foreigner. Although I've been here 20 years, I think I have the benefit of other glasses, to assess some things, and I can observe how the expat community feels in Portugal, and these are all real. There are 100 real stories behind what I just said, 100 thousands, in fact, many more. People are aware of Portugal now, and they're coming here. So if you speak to foreigners, I think you'll hear the story many times.
So how did you discover Portugal?
So my husband and I were looking at various business opportunities back between 2000 and 2001. And we assessed some .com businesses, between 98 and 2000. I was doing my MBA at the London Business School, and we looked at all kinds of new venture development ideas from .com businesses. We looked at a very early version of Uber Eats at the time, for example. Obviously, it didn't happen because of so many things not happening yet in the tech world. But we looked at two specific destinations for real estate and hotels at the time. Croatia was one, Portugal was another. And I'm sure you'll agree, there were things that were very different about these two countries. And Portugal at the time had been part of the European Union for 15 years. Had all the EU infrastructure funds coming in and improving connectivity across the country with the highways and the roads. Faro Airport at the time was doubling its capacity from 4 million to 8 million passengers a year. And we discovered an amazing tourism destination that was still not as discovered by lots of other people. People were nice, are still nice, white sandy beaches. I said California of Europe in my speech.
Yes, you said that. We have the whole world in one piece of land.
Piece of land, it's a quarter of the size of California. It has the same shape, and you've got amazing 900 kilometers of beautiful coastline, white sandy beaches, hectares of olive and cork plantations, scenic mountain ranges, rivers. It's an amazing country. So at that time, maybe I didn't know as much about Portuguese society, but I saw one thing: people were happy. They were welcoming. They were very nice to children, and we felt welcome as foreigners. I still remember the first Portuguese I learned was "Bom dia, como está?" And people would be, a senhora já fala muito bem português, and be very,
yes, I'm surprised now.
No, as you see, in some other countries, I can promise you, I can be struggling to speak the language more because there's no encouragement back. Here you're very encouraging. You say some words in Portuguese, and people are so querida, you speak very well Portuguese, and so I must say, this we already felt. So we came, we settled down. As I said, it was originally for 5 years. We started our business in the garage, but here we are, still 18 years later.
And I know that we will have some news in 2020.
You mean about our business?
Yes, of course.
Yes.
We are speaking about foreigner investment, so...
Yeah, that's right. You will have some news in 2020. So
it's a new thing. It's something brand new in Portugal for the things that I study, of course.
Oh yeah, so I'm wondering which project you're talking about, because we have new projects going on. And
that's vertical garden, for example.
Right. Okay, yes. So the branded hotel residence, it's a very new thing, and we're very proud to be doing that. It'll be a combination of a hotel and a place where people, whether they're Portuguese or foreigners, would love to live, because it's got very high level of service, luxurious service, very much like Miami, New York, where people want convenience. They want all their things taken care of, and it'll have a kids club as well, and a great place for a community of families. That's what we're developing there. So I'm proud of that. Thank you.
So now we are speaking about foreigner investment, but maybe Portuguese as well can invest in their own country.
Of course, Portuguese can invest in their own country, and there is always a moment, and when you start, you need to see the vision of where we can get to, and then you can create a momentum and start the roll. And I'm happy to say this is what's happening now. One can always criticize, looking at a short period of time in history, but if you look at post-war period, there are several things that have happened to create this big moment for Portugal. Now, let's say, just looking at 75 years. And the moment is now, and whether it's foreigners or Portuguese, invest, make your country greater, and keep your personality the same without becoming arrogant, create a happy society for other people to come into. Because, as I said in my, at the end of my speech when Lucia was talking to me, we feel we belong here. And that's a very difficult thing to achieve for a country. As I said, in the speech of Tracy Abrams, which we saw, that people are struggling for generations to feel that they belong. It's not the case here. I felt I belonged from the day I got here, which is amazing.
I have a personal question for you.
Yes.
How is to work with your husband?
Oh, yeah, it's great.
Don't you get tired of him?
No, I never get tired of him. So I'm married to him for 20 years. We've had 4 kids. And I think it's a fantastic model. We're both invested in this business. We both see each other a lot. We both
I believe that.
Yes, and we both value each other's contribution to the business. So if you're both invested in something, your interests are aligned. So whether it's the family matters, social matters, or home matters, we both have to make it work. It's not as though I can say, oh, it's your fault, or my fault,
And I was wondering here that Portugal helped you.
Yeah, look, this is an interest. Yes, Portugal as a happy place to be, of course, and loving of children. That's why I had 4 kids. I saw that having one baby broke the ice with the Portuguese because you're a reserved nation, actually, right? Yeah. But you're very genuine. But the minute I had the baby, people, oh, lindo menino, querido, then I thought, hey, this is cool.
I want to hear this once again.
Yeah, and I had some ice to break, so I had 4 kids, But let's be honest, if it's not easy to have children in a society, you don't. Because it's easy here, because people love babies. I did. So, yes, you're right that we have a happy marriage also because of Portugal. So thank you, Portugal.
Okay, and you're always welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Thank you very much.